Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a great week. I was just thinking about delegation. It's something that we all need to learn how to do and teach our kids how to do. Not only pushing work off on others, obviously. I'm the eldest brother of 3 boys, and I definitely knew how to pass off work to my brothers. But really, it's asking for help, right? So, in our culture, at least, we're taught not to cheat, to do your own work, and to learn on your own. And it's almost the exact opposite when you grow up and you enter either the working world or you become an entrepreneur and start your own business, because you end up having to network and collaborate with other folks. And in those collaborations, you're able to create faster, and within your partnerships, you're able to leverage each other's strengths, money, experience, and it's something that's not taught enough in our schools and to our kids. So it is a thought to just put out there to challenge yourself. How can you delegate? How can you leverage tasks for other people? But then how can you then ask for help and get more out of all the folks around you? If you have a spouse, how can you ask your spouse for help with the house cleaning if they're not cleaning the house already? With planning vacations, it's a great chance to spend time with them, to understand what their thoughts are, and then also just figuring out where their mind has changed over the years. If you're young and growing up, how do you ask your parents for help? How do you get to know your parents even? So morphing into another conversation, you leverage the experience of other people by getting to know them, getting to know their background, getting to know their story. There's a lot that I don't know about my own family, my cousins, my parents, right? Their origin story I know in high level, broad strokes, but deep experiences or experiences that have changed their lives, this is something that I need to improve on and be able to ask my parents and ask even my friends, right? How was life? What was life like before they met me? My parents, before they had me, what were some defining moments of their life? And also, what were some just fun experiences that they've had growing up, but also what were some bad experiences that they had growing up, and dive a little deeper into that experience. So that's another example of delegation or leverage, right? So growing up as a person in life, you have your own experiences, but you can also learn from other people's experiences. Their interpersonal communication styles, but then also how they dealt with challenges, and that could possibly help and translate out to how you deal with challenges today. So that's just a thought that I was thinking about. At a high level, how can I reach out for help more instead of taking on a lot and possibly letting things fall through the cracks, right? As part of this also, how can I also delegate to virtual assistants? So I've put up some course or some requirements on Upwork for virtual assistants in the past, and now I'm thinking, as I dive deeper into multifamily syndications, how can I leverage VAs to help underwrite deals for me? As I'm able to do 10 a week in the markets that I'm interested in, how can I leverage VAs to help me do that work? I mean, that's a lot of fun for me, so I like doing it. I like combing through the listings and seeing what's possible and running the numbers so I can understand them myself. But I will eventually need to up level and worry about building the business and gaining more investors and producing more content. How can I leverage VAs to do that? How can I leverage VAs to help me produce my content, to keep a content calendar? So that's my challenge for myself. Leverage, delegate, ask for help. How can you do that? How can you leverage your life, leverage other people? How can you delegate more so that you can get more out of life, so you can do the fun stuff that you really want to do in life and get help doing stuff that you might not want to do that somebody else does want to do, that somebody else does want to do?